How you doing, guys? I have decided to start a challenge for myself for the next 4 weeks, and that challenge is I'm not going to buy any food for the next 4 weeks. Why would I do that? Actually, I'm not going to be fasting for the next 4 weeks. I'm just not going to buy any additional food for the next 4 weeks. Obviously, being a prepper, I have quite a bit of food here at the house, and not buying food for the next 4 weeks will help me in a few different ways. First of all, I will be spending less money for the next month on food. Probably not that much less in the long run because I will be buying food to replace the food that I'm using eventually, but the food that I have stored is pretty cheap. It'll keep me from eating out, it'll keep me from buying expensive foods. Stuff like stored rice, canned green beans isn't going to be as expensive as the food that I have been buying for the past month or so it will save me a little bit of money. Reason number two, it will help me cycle through a lot of my food stores. I have stuff that I don't eat that often, and even though I do eat it, it's taking me quite a bit of time to cycle through it, so eating exclusively stored food for a month will help me cycle through some of those things faster and prevent that stuff from getting too old to be usable and be wasted, and I will have fresh stocks in my stores for the time being. And excuse me, reason number three is that it will actually help me prepare meals or help me learn to prepare meal plans from the stored food that I have, because I have not been super diligent about creating a like a manifest of sorts of all the stored food that I have, or creating specific meal plans to make out of the stored food that I have. I've been pretty good at getting a decent diversity of foods, but I never really sat down and said, these are the meals that I'm gonna make out of that. So this will help me not only create those meals, see what I like, see what I don't like, see if I'm short on some things, if I got way too many different types of vegetables and not enough types of meats or protein sources and stuff like that. It'll really help me out with that. So I think it's a good thing to do every once in a while. You don't necessarily have to do it for a month, but I think something like a week would be a great idea for most people, just to really find out, like, oh, I just can't stand eating this type of canned ravioli or the green beans or whatever, or the meat from this brand is worse. I didn't think that it would be, but it is, and just stuff like that, and come up with the meal plans you can eat, see what you like to eat taste-wise, and see what you can construct meals out of using the different things that you have, and just to cycle the stuff out. I mean, like, none of this stuff will last forever, so you do have to use it and replace it, or else it will just go to waste, and you don't want that to happen. So I will probably give you some updates, and at the end of the 4 weeks, I will actually post a list of all the different meals I ate and what they consisted of, so you guys can see kind of what your diet would be like if there was a situation where you just had to live exclusively off your stored food for any significant period of time. Will I be 500 pounds? Will I die of salt clogs in my heart or whatever? Probably not. You guys have seen the video before. I ate like 4-year-old canned beans and stuff like that, so there will be a few cans of Spam involved. There will be some rice involved, but nothing too crazy. All stuff that you can buy at a normal Publix or a grocery store like that, so I wouldn't expect anything too shocking, but it will be interesting just to see how it goes as far as meal planning. So I look forward to sharing the details with you guys. Stay tuned.